lot of fans were hoping this was going to be like the Florida Panthers, where you get to the Cup, you come back. They said they would be here again. They were, but it just wasn't enough to pull this off. Panthers look better than last year. Brad Marchand was a big part of this Florida team. He was deadly on the breaks. He put a lot of goals away, and they picked him up in the trade, so a bit tough here.
In the series as well, so your goaltending was great.
I think we're maybe going to move around. Should we start heading outside here? Yeah, we're going to head outside, get a look at the streets and what it looks like down here.
Marchand and the influence that he had on this series, Seth Jones, those are players that I think really motivated the guys who had been there last year and run to dig in and fight even harder to give them the opportunity to experience it.
Okay, so we're near the entrance of the Moss Pit here. It's right in between Rogers Place and the Moss Pit. We'll head out to the street and see if there's any fans out there right now and what that looks like. For the most part, pretty calm. A lot like last year where fans were just pretty disappointed. You can see the emotions right now. We'll see as we come out here. This is where the police basically have everything kind of blocked off. No vehicles in here. And basically no fans can get in the middle of the street right now either. We'll come out here and take a look. All right. Yeah, if you look down this way, you can see basically police set up here. Hold on one sec. We'll see. They're ready here. They were ready so in case things kind of went bad, but yeah, unfortunately a little disappointing right now. You got fans basically all kind of taken off a bit early. If that wasn't the case, you'd see fans right across the street if they won tonight over at the Wayne Gretzky statue celebrating, being excited to force a Game 7, but that didn't happen here. We'll head down the street and take a look. Police by the line here. Fans coming out of Rogers Place. It was a big part of the run was on road games. You had fans filling up Rogers Place. Not a lot of places where that happens. And the Pink Pony Club, a song, a big part of the Oilers run here.
Maybe next year, boys. Maybe next year.
How are you feeling right now?
One second, I want to call.
Yeah. We're not going to be here in Pink Pony Club tonight, unfortunately.
Oh,
How are you feeling?
boys.
We need a Miami jersey today.
Boys.
We need to get it popping. 305. We need Panthers game.
It's a tough life. I went to Game 7 last year in Florida. This year, wore a pony costume. I pulled out all the stops, brother, and we still couldn't bring it home. Maybe next year. I think we got another 2 or 3 years to make it happen. It's tough. It's tough.
What do you feel went wrong tonight?
Florida's deep. I think the boys just don't. I just don't think sometimes they play as a unit. You know, and sometimes they're not consistent, right? But when they're flying and they're good. And sometimes when they're not on, they're not on, right? It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough loss.
I mean, you said you were there for Game 7 last year.
Yeah.
How's this one feel compared to that?
I'll tell you what, one thing is the Oiler fans are insane. The preseason game for the Oilers was crazier than when the Florida Panthers won the Cup. So the Oilers fans are nuts. Let's go. But I'm telling you right now, that was something I didn't expect, was the Florida Panthers, when they won the Cup, the fans weren't crazy. When the Oilers, a preseason game is crazier than when the Florida. So the fans need it. They want it. I think it's going to happen next 2 to 3 years. I think it's going to happen.
Why do you think winning the Stanley Cup was so important to Oilers fans?
Well, it's been since 1993 since we won a Cup back in Montreal, when Montreal Canadiens won it back with Patrick Roy. And I think Canada wants it. Edmonton wants it. We're fucking hungry for it. Excuse my French.
We wanted it. We wanted it.
Looking forward to next year, what would you like to see for priorities on this roster?
A cup. We want a cup.
You know what? Even though we have McDavid and Draisaitl, 2 best players in the world, we still need to get bigger and meaner.
Amen.
Bigger and meaner. And I mean, every team that makes it to the finals is deep, and we're deep, but we just haven't made it. And the goalies, they're both great, but the back and forth, you know, I think, I don't know, it's tough. I think if we had Bob, I think we'd have 2 cups already.
True.
I think we would. I think we would. I love Stu and I love Pickard, and they're both really good, but they're both also rookies, right? Not rookies, but some of them have been in the NHL for a long time, but they haven't had their moment.
Yes, sir.
They haven't had their moment. The last couple of years, they've had their moment, and I think someone like, you know, a number 1 goal. They're both. That's the thing. They're both number 1 goalies though, so it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm diehard though, so it's
we'll
fresh.
See. It's going to be an interesting off season, right?
It's fresh, guys.
All right.
It's fresh.
No problem. Thanks for making the time. Appreciate it.
Let's go. Hey, Pony Club.
Yeah, what's up?
I don't know what's gonna happen next year.
How you feeling?
Disappointed, but hey, we made it to the top. All I can say is, see you next year. Thank you very much.
We're gonna see her. We're gonna see her next year. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way to look at it right
Yes,
now.
sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you. Well, let's head on down the line here and see what things look like as crowd's starting to clear out of here. Yeah, pretty calm and quiet out here right now. Pretty comparable to last year. A lot of fans pretty sad after that loss when they had to head home. When the Game 7 loss last year. So I was here in Rogers Place watching that one with the fans, and pretty similar vibes. You know? Okay. Yeah, from where we're at here, you've got the fan park right across the street that would have filled up with fans there as well, similar to the Moss Pit in the tent. That's where they would have had the musical performances before the home games this series. So, but yeah. But this is a playoff run that fans can be proud of once again. Yeah, let's head over that way. We've got some Panthers fans there. Let's maybe see what, let's chat with a couple of these Panthers fans here, Bob. Hey guys, can we chat with you a little bit? Yeah, we're with CBC.
Okay.
As a Panthers fan, how are you feeling right now?
We're feeling amazing right now. If Calgary can't beat Edmonton, we trade our best players to Florida and they beat them for us.
Where are you from?
We're Calgary Flames fans.
Oh, you
God
Calgary
bless
Flames
America.
fans?
Yeah.
Nice. Why'd you decide to come here for the game?
Oh, we live here, but
Okay.
you know, if you're from Calgary, it never leaves you. It's part of your identity. Part of your identity is hating the Oilers.
Are you more of a Florida fan or more of a Oilers
I-
hater?
I'm more of a Florida fan. I love Kachuk. I love Bennett. They carried it out for us. They got it done. You know,
How good was this Florida team?
they were amazing. Edmonton has more top end skill, but the way Florida is able to structure their game, I give all credit to Paul Maurice, best coach in the league.
Awesome, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate the win. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, you covered the Stanley Cup tonight.
Yeah, I have to cover it.
This is my dad. Hey.
How you doing? Is it actually?
I have
You
to
covered
cover
it for
it.
the night.
Come on, we have to cover it. We're going to go for another year. Then next year we'll be back in. I'm 100% sure.
How are you feeling right now?
Well, I feel the fuck.
Can't get you swearing. Do it without swears. We're live.
I feel so bad, but it's okay. Always another year. I all those years, celebrating for the Oilers. I have other years too.
This isn't just a eulogy for this playoff team right now. This is
Yeah.
also a time we can appreciate the run.
Yeah.
What stands out for you? What was this all about?
Well, they went up to the end of it, and you know what? Again, I hate to say that we're lacking on back between the posts, so we have to do something about that. Come on, we've seen that for the past 3 years, so we really have to look at it. And I think that if the Oilers look at it, I'm sorry, we don't have nobody between the pipes.
You want
So
to improve the goaltending situation?
yeah, exactly. They have to improve that. The Oilers, what they did, they started building from the top, from forward, back, the goaltender. And you know what? NHL team start from goaltending up to the top. And we have to do that.
I know I've seen you in the Moss Pit
Yeah.
last year and again this year.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the highlights of watching the games down there this year?
Oh, it's incredible. The enthusiasm is good. People just want to enjoy the game, enjoy the city, enjoy the team, enjoy all the players. It's beautiful to be there. Just beautiful to be there. There's a love into that Moss Pit that people like. Never had any problems there. They're all people that go there. They want to have fun. They want to enjoy the game. And you know what? These things happen. Hockey's hockey.
You've had some fond memories along the way, haven't you?
Lots. From the 5 last Stanley Cup to this one was the super one that this last trip, like call it a trip, it was the biggest trip that I'd ever had.
Why would it have been so important for you for the Oilers to win a Stanley Cup?
Well, they would have won it for the city, but you know what? This is hockey. Hockey is something that you look at, and you got a winner and a loser. And you know what? We're not losers. We have a big team, a good team. I think that we're doing very well, and hope that next year it's going to go back again.
Many teams aren't lucky to make it to the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row.
Exactly. We made it there. We made it to Game 6. We would like them to come here in Game 7, and that's what they didn't want. The Panthers didn't want to come here Game 7, so because it was scary to come here. It's always scary to come to Edmonton.
You would have been feeling good about a Game 7 back here, huh?
Oh my God! Yeah, I would have left home at 4 o'clock in the morning to get and stand in line here.
Yeah, fans are hardcore here, that's for sure.
It is.
Yourself
it is.
included.
Yeah, what I like is the fans here. Are you done with it?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate
good.
you making the time.
Okay, great, thank you.
Let's chat with a few more fans over here, Bob. Hey, how are you folks doing right now? How are you feeling?
We're very sad.
We're glad they got 1 goal.
No, that didn't even do anything. We're very sad.
We thought
Why-
this was our year.
Why is this so tough for you right now?
Because we lost.
Tell them what you hate happens in the game that makes you angry. When they
What did they
How?
do?
Oh, I hate when they pulled the goalie and then we got an empty net and then they got 2 goals and then they pulled it again, which was stupid. And then they got another goal.
Yeah, unfortunately, the empty netters pulling the goalie didn't really work tonight.
I hated
For-
it when they polished the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
That was
when
just
they
a
showed
show
that
off.
on the camera, that was just.
Yeah, that was just a show off.
Did you folks all watch last year when the Oilers ended up losing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is this one feeling right now compared to that?
Well, this one, because they lost by so many this time, I felt like they fought
I
harder
think-
last year.
Yeah, I think
but-
last year was more sad because we were in Game 7
Yeah,
and the series was tied.
absolutely.
So yeah.
For you, why would this have been so important for the Oilers to win a Stanley Cup?
Well, my mom was a big fan, and she passed last year, so we were really rooting for my mom to just her spirit to be we wanted the Oilers to win for her.
Yeah,
so
we really
yeah,
wanted
we
the
really.
Oilers to win this
This
year
is
for
my
my mom.
sister.
Yeah.
She was a huge Oilers fan, so we really wanted it for her. So it was heartbreaking. Yeah, for sure.
What's her name?
Jessica. Yeah, Jessica Williams.
She was kind of fueling you to. Did she have you watching when you're? Yeah.
Linda Turon. Sorry, Linda Turon.
And did she have you watching at a young age?
Not really growing up, but we started when we were a little bit older.
Yeah, she also had her basement. It was all decked out with the Oilers theme. It was an Oilers rink that they had, and it was Oilers themed down there. And they were big Oiler fans. This is my mom's jersey.
Yeah.
Sheldon Surrey, classic defenseman, some of the tougher years for the Oilers.
Yeah, she's had this jersey from day one, so I'm wearing it this year for her because we were hoping for that win and we just couldn't pull it off, and it was very disappointing. Yeah, very disappointing.
It's nice that you at least have those memories with your mom that you can kind of brings you out, have you rooting for the team once again.
Absolutely. Every game we were at her house watching it, so it brought her family together. So it's heartbreaking, but there's always next year. There's always hope.
There's always hope next year. Well, next year we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it next year.
Talking about that, looking towards next year, you start talking about rosters real soon. Anything you'd like to see as the priorities for a roster next year?
Can we get a goalie, please?
Yes.
Can we get it?
We need an actual goalie, and we need some better defensemen.
Well, we love Skinner. We do love Skinner.
We love Skinner some games.
Some games.
This game, not today. I'm sorry,
goalie.
Skinner. I love you, but not today.
But mainly your priority is probably the goaltending situation.
100%. Yeah, goalies. Yeah, we need to really invest in goalies. So, yeah.
How are you feeling? Evan Bouchard looking to sign another contract. Are you willing to pay double digits for that?
100%. Let's go. I love Bouchard. Let's get him in there. Let's keep him in there. Let's pay double.
Yeah.
You know, like we got to keep him. We got to keep him. Bouchard.
Yeah, we need Bouchard.
We need Bouchard. Yeah.
We need the
Thank y'all for making the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
How are y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Still alive. Yeah.
What was it like watching Florida hoist up the cup once again here?
It was
Painful.
exactly like last year. Terrible.
Nothing you can say. It's just painful and sad to see.
How did it compare to last year? The emotions the same?
I feel like it was less emotional than last year, but still, a loss is a loss.
I fully agree. It was definitely less emotional than last year, but I do believe they won't be back to the finals for multiple years. So that's kind of annoying.
Florida or the Oilers?
The Oilers.
Hopefully Florida.
Yeah, hopefully Florida too, but I don't think the Oilers.
What makes you say that?
It's just unlikely that you're going to go 3 times in a row. I mean, Florida did it, which is a miracle, but I just think it's unlikely.
How good do you think this Florida team was compared to last year? Was this a better team?
Yes, they're definitely a better team. I mean, they stepped up. They skated hard. I mean, they had players like Brad Marchand come in, just before the playoffs and really dig deep for their team. So they definitely were a better team. I also felt we were a better team, but, they outskated us and they outplayed us.
How frustrating for you was that forecheck throughout the series?
It was tough, man. Yeah, they have a pretty big forecheck, and it's hard to get around, But what can you do?
Are you both from here in Edmonton?
Nope.
Where are you from?
We're from down in BC, Creston area. Like an 8-hour drive.
Yeah. You just flew down here for this game?
We drove. Yeah.
We drove. Okay.
Yeah.
Just for the experience. Yeah. It was like, do we go for Game 6 or do we bet on Game 7? And we're like, you know what? Let's just do Game 6. Hopefully they can clutch it out, but they didn't. But it was a great experience. This was amazing. The fans are great. The atmosphere is great. It was free. Yeah, it was bad outcome, but good experience.
Yeah,
we'll
still worth it to come out for this game despite the result?
It was, yeah. We came to Rogers Place for the Utah game, and it was a blowout, 7-1. So we've had both experiences now, from inside and outside, so really nice.
As an Oilers fan, why would this have been so important, you think, for the city and for Oilers fans to win the Stanley Cup?
Oh, I think the energy would just be insane. Like you saw what happened down in Florida with the energy there, and the energy from Edmonton here and the fans, it would just be exponential to see them win the cup and bring that energy to the city. So yeah, it would be amazing.
Not exactly the result many fans wanted, but a little painful for many, but they're holding their heads up high right now, I think.
That's right.
So, all right, thank you guys for making the time. Safe drive back. All right, clearing out a bit now, quite a bit more than was before. We've heard from many fans out here, many disappointed, sad, but I think after the last couple of games, it wasn't as painful as it was last year, as you're hearing from many. tough because it's been 32 years since the Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup. And many fans wanted the Oilers to be that team. Obviously, the Calgary Flames fans and Panthers fans didn't want that, but here we are. You've got next year, and they might have to pull it off next year or improve the team to get back here again. You want to walk back through?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
People are still coming out here.
Yeah, we still got some people around. Let's give you a look at the hardcore sticking around down here. How are you feeling about Stuart Skinner?
I don't know, boys. How are you feeling about Stu Skinner? Are you interviewing me or am I interviewing you?
I'm interviewing you.
Oh, okay. Fellas, it's I'm not feeling great right now. Probably gonna go home. I don't know, a little rye, maybe a dart. We'll figure it out, boys.
There's always next year, though.
No, that's what we said last year. Stu Skinner fucked us, boys.
Oh, we are live again.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, we are live.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on live
No
TV.
problem.
Okay.
What do you think needs to happen for next year? Is it the goaltending?
Well, based on what I just said, the boo-boo I made, yes. I would say goaltending and, I don't know, maybe get that D a little bit better too, boys. I would say that. They need D harder than Cheryl Friday night at Allegiant Hall. So.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate your
cheers,
time.
boys.
How are y'all doing here?
We're good, thank you. Are you going to speak?
Where did you end up watching the game at tonight?
Rogers.
Rogers.
What was it like?
It was good, but we lost.
Yeah. How are you feeling right now with that loss?
Sad.
What was it like watching the Oilers up until this point?
It felt good when we got a goal, but we still lost.
Who'd you bring out to watch the game with you here?
My mom and my sister.
Awesome.
What was it like for you to have the family out and watching the game tonight?
You know what? It's the first year that they've been really into it, so I had to say yes and come and take them. But it was just, her first heartbreak, so that's okay. But we got one, and that's what mattered.
Are you feeling a bit of that heartbreak as well right now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's okay, though. We did good.
How does this compare to last year?
Well, last year was, the excitement of the first time, right? So that was huge, right? Here we made it again, and they still gave it their all. So we're good. We're good. Thank you, Edmonton.
What was it like watching another run here in Edmonton 2 years in a row?
Oh, the best, the best. The city explodes, restaurants explodes, everything explodes. Every industry is all about the Oilers, and that's what we love about our city.
What are you looking at fondly when you look back at this run?
Holy man, everything. They're fast. They're getting better. They want it more. And again, just excitement of the city. Like, look at us here, right? So.
It really felt like it was going to happen this time, didn't it, at first?
100%. But it's okay. Again, we're still okay, right? Are we okay? Sophie, can you go? Let's go, Oilers!
Fair point. Thank you all for talking to us.
Or did we win? Thanks so much.
All right, we'll see y'all. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Well, I think that's about it here. Things are clearing out. There's not a lot of fans left at this point. So we're going to wrap up. Thanks a lot for watching this live stream here. Obviously, this live stream would have been a lot more exciting if we were looking at Game 7, but that didn't happen here. So I'll let Bob give you a look at the fans who are still looking around, sticking around here at this point.
Must got a few good interviews tonight, eh?